Hey, what up, though? This is Al at Chat Over Poker. So today I wanted to talk about something that's bothering me. I was playing a little bit of online poker last night and came across something kind of interesting, and just wanted to see what your thoughts are. Do you think that AI is ruining online poker? So let's just say, for example, say right now there are millions of dollars that are changing hands in online poker. Tables across and on tables across the world, if you count the world. But what if the player taking your stack isn't a tilt-prone amateur like myself, or even a seasoned pro? What if they ain't human at all? What do you think about that? I think AI is drastically changing online poker in a sense. You know, I know that there's been some rumors and stories about massive Russian bot farms out there running dozens of automated accounts to, I don't know, just basically secretly using certain software, like for example what they call RTA, which is real-time assistance, or just using bots in a sense. It's a little bit of both going on out there. And today we're going to kind of talk a little bit about both of those and how these AI systems work a little bit as far as what I know. A little bit about maybe how to spot them at your table when you're playing poker, and some things you can do to fight back. First of all, to understand the threat, you gotta first understand the two main weapons or cheaters use, the type of cheaters that are used. First is automated bots. These are they're basically computer programs designed to, I guess, interact directly with the poker client that you're playing on. They kind of look at the screen or scrape the screen, read the cards that are there, and execute game theory optimal play, GTO. And it's basically 24/7 without a single human ever touching a mouse. That's basically what happens. Second, and this one's much harder to catch, there's what they call RTA, which is basically what they call real-time assistance. With RTA, there's a human actually sitting at a keyboard, and they have their hands that they're playing. They're basically feeding in the information about the table itself and getting split-second decisions about how to play. The software basically that they use spits out like mathematical perfect play form, and all the human do is just sit there and click the button. That's a lot harder to catch sometimes. But you know, you have RTA, you have AI bots, both are AI. You know, I mean, using solvers, a lot of players use solvers. I've even used solvers before, but not during play. I'd never use it during play. I use it to understand basically, like after I'm done playing or after I'm playing a game, I'm taking notes, and I'll use a solver then to kind of figure out, okay, what should I have done when I had ace king suited or ace king off suited, whatever the case may be, and I was this person, or I was the button, or I was here and I was there at the table, depending on my position. I've used it for that, to kind of study and understand it, because I really want to be able to use it. And then if you saw one of my other videos trying to get to the big game, you can't use any of these solvers whatsoever. So, you know, it's a shame that this is out there and it's going on, but AI is really, in my opinion, screwing up a lot of things that's going on with poker. So, how do you know if you're sitting there playing with the machine? I don't know. Well, there's some things that I've seen, like there's some flags. One is like when you're playing against a computer, it's decision and timing. So usually with a computer itself, they have the timing is almost exact every time. You know, humans, we hesitate. We think about it, you know, river bets and we hesitate in terms of folding cards. Bots, on the other hand, they often hit the same exact timing, down probably to the fraction of a second. And I don't know. And even when you're facing like a minimum raise or an all-in for their situation, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about what I want to do. Bots don't do that. They just act. Then that's also statistically they're consistent. Stats overlay with, I don't know, I guess you could, their stats are basically perfect. So humans get tired. I know I do. I get tired. I get tilted in hands, or after playing and running for a while, a few bad hands, you get tilted and things like that. Bots don't. They have no emotion at all. And over thousands of hands, they'll probably maintain the same consistency, the same VPIP, as it were. The same aggressive factor. We humans, we switch it up a little bit. Bots have even been known to maintain the same exact bet size depending on how they bet, like 31% of the pot or 68% of the pot, all in an effort to maximize the money that they're getting back. The last thing is that, I guess for me as a human, I've played multiple tables before online, but it's tough to play just two tables. You have to go back and forth for each one at a time, so I'm quickly trying to make these decisions. With bots, they could do multiple tables at one time and not have a problem with it at all. And then there's a thing of what they call bot farms. And basically, I think that's the worst thing that I've ever heard of. So you're not just dealing with like some lone person that's a coder or whatever with one account that's playing. You're dealing with massive organizations that are around basically just to stack you and take your money, whether that's in an online cash game or either an online tournament. You got to watch out for these, and it's really tough to spot them because of the way companies move you around and things like that. And I know that all those companies that are out there that allow us to use online poker, if it's legal where you are, I know they're doing a lot to try to combat it. But in my opinion, as you know, you've got a computer, because I know you're watching this right now, you still get viruses even though we have virus protection. So it doesn't always work. So, I mean, if you ever suspect a person of being a bot, don't just leave it. Take action. Note the username, record a specific hand and a number, because sometimes you'll see a number on the table itself, and the timing and procedure, and then report them to the security for whatever site you're playing on. I mean, online poker is a fast, evolving, exciting opportunity right now. But staying informed right now is your best defense. So if you're a new poker player out there, yes, there are probably AI bots out there that you're playing against in most cases. But it's really easy to spot them a lot of times because you'll see that same consistency and the same folding mentality. And even the emojis, they don't even use emojis and things like that. So if you ever think that you run into this person or think of somebody that's suspicious, report them. Just report them. Let the company check them out and see what's going on. Thanks for watching. See you on the felt, baby. What up, though? This is Al at This is Al at Chat Over Poker. What up, though?